everybody and welcome back to my channel, and thank you so much for joining me for today's video. In this one I'm going to be showing you some patterns that are new into my stash, talking through some things that I've made recently and patterns that I've been loving, and also some new patterns as well that have just arrived in the UK. I'm also going to be giving you a little bit of a life update because I have disappeared off of YouTube for the last couple of months, for good reason. In February this year, I got a new job. You might have already seen the announcement over on my Instagram if you follow me there, but if not, I will tell you exactly what is going on. So just before Christmas last year, I did an interview with Amy at Almond Rock Sews to assist her in working for Simplicity in the UK, doing their marketing and social media. So going into that interview, I didn't actually think it was ever going to go anywhere because it was a little bit like too big a deal to me, literal dream job. But I got the email in February to say that I got the job, so I accepted the position, and here I am 4 months later, a part of the Simplicity team in the UK. Pinch me, it still doesn't feel quite real when I say it out loud. I started sewing with Big 4 patterns. My nan has sewn Big 4 patterns her whole life. My mum has sewn Big 4 her whole life as well. So it's pretty major and really exciting. There are some really amazing changes happening within the company as well. A lot more extended sizing, which is something that I'm really passionate about. The introduction of Know Me patterns as well by Mimi G, and her taking over as vice president. A pretty major life change there, and an explanation as to why things have been a little bit quiet around here. So anyway, enough waffling about the job because I could go on about it for ages, but if you are interested in finding out a little bit more about it, then pop your questions in the comments, and if you want me to do a Q&A about it and go into it with a little bit more depth, then let me know, and I'd definitely be up for talking about that. It just might be quite long. So let's talk patterns. I need to grab the first one because I realised it's up behind me on the shelf. So first up, I want to talk about the dress that I'm actually wearing, which is this pattern here. This is the new Look N6731. And when I started sewing this dress, I kind of had low expectations for it because it's not a shape that I would generally gravitate towards. I don't think I've made anything like this before. I quite like a square neck or a V-neck rather than something high. But oh my goodness, this dress, every time I put this dress on, I feel fantastic. And it is so nice to have a dress in your wardrobe that really makes you feel like that. It's got some really gorgeous details. I've gone for view A, which you can see here has got a completely backless look. So it's got elasticated straps going across, and then it's elasticated channel all the way around, which I've stitched down in places just to stop it kind of moving around. Obviously that means bra issues. At the moment I've got like a stick-on bra, but it's not the best. So my plan going forward is to get an old strapless bra. I've got a couple that have gone a little bit discoloured. I'm going to create a matching elastic channel of this fabric. So there'll be another kind of strap going across the back, but it will kind of hold everything in and hopefully offer a good amount of support. It probably needs to be a little bit thicker than these straps here, but that should solve all the bra issues because yeah, stick-on bras are not the one. The next pattern that was hot off my sewing machine maybe a week ago is this one here. This is the Butterick B6934, and it is a true wrap skirt, and it's really gorgeous. It's very simple kind of in its design, but it is so nice on. It looks lovely with everything. I did it in like a plain kind of warm brown colour so I could match it with a lot of stuff, and as soon as I made it I started cutting out another one. So the leopard satin that I got from the Stitch Festival from Fabric Godmother is going to become this skirt. I did view B, the midi version, and I made the size medium, but I would definitely say that you could get away with sizing down with this because mine is a little bit big. So next time I think I'll go for the small. But yeah, this is such a wardrobe classic, isn't it? So the last pattern that I made recently is this one here. This is the McCall's M8322. it's gorgeous. So I only actually made the bodice for this. I made a top and skirt set to wear for Glastonbury Festival, and I loved it, but it was quite low cut. I kind of rushed it, so I didn't have time to do an FBA or anything, and I felt like I was hanging out the whole time. The fit's generally good, I just need a little bit more coverage, I think, to make it a bit more comfortable for every day. But I am currently making a dress version of this. I'll pop a picture of the fabric that I'm using. So I'm having to make this slightly differently because the skirt takes so much fabric and the fabric that I bought isn't quite wide enough. So I'm just doing a plain tiered skirt. There's going to be so much gathering, so I keep putting it off. So these patterns here are all things that I'm working on. There are only 3 to be fair. I thought I had way more in progress because there's so much stuff in this room at the moment. It is a disgrace. But yeah, these 3, I'll start with the one that I started on first, and I kind of paused on this because the fabric that I'm using is quite heavy and the UK has been mega hot the last few weeks, so I've not really wanted to make something that I'm not going to wear right now. So it's this pattern here. This is the B6901. B6902 is the plus size pack of this pattern, which goes up to a size 38 if you're looking for the plus size view. These are really trendy, these kind of vest suit outfits. I know it's a suit vest, but I call it a vest suit because it's the full look. But feel free to correct me if I'm totally wrong. It's got that classic kind of waistcoat vest. This one's a really nice fit. A lot of them that I've seen are quite baggy, but I like quite a fitted silhouette. And then it's got really lovely wide leg trousers as well with pleats around the waist. I've really enjoyed this pattern so far. The trousers came together really well. The only issue was I forgot to grade out across the hips, and I normally am sort of like a 10 around the waist and then a 14 around the hips. So they were really snug. Luckily, I had big seam allowances, so I managed to take them out a little bit. Yeah, that was nearly a crisis, but I'm excited to get this finished. I'm just waiting for a little bit of cooler weather. Next up, I've only cut this pattern out. I haven't got very far with it at all, but this is the Me 2020. It's a no me pattern. And initially looking at this pattern, I didn't really think it would be my style at all, but the line drawings are really cute. And I thought actually in a plain linen, I've got like an oatmeal-y coloured linen. So I think that'll be really lovely for summer and very wearable. I might leave off the pockets here on the hips just because I've got quite big hips and I don't really want to add any extra volume where I don't need it. But I love the collar detail and the sleeves, and I love that it's cinched in at the waist as well. And the last thing I'm working on at the moment, and hopefully the last thing until I finish one of these things, because otherwise it's going to get very confusing around here, is the McCall's M8359. This is a Brandi Joan design and it's gorgeous. I love a milkmaid dress. I made a couple last summer and I'm obsessed with the silhouette. And this one is really lovely. I'm making mine in a bright green viscose with little corally roses on it. It's going to be really sweet. I am going to do the skirt slightly differently because I found for my body shape a half circle skirt isn't the best style on me, so I'm going for more of a fitted panelled skirt, and I'll probably add a little ruffle to the bottom as well because why not? So I'm in the middle of toiling this at the moment and the cups are really small, so I'm just getting to the point where I need to try on and figure out how much of an FBA I have to do, but just something to bear in mind if you love this pattern and you've got big boobs, do a toile. I highly recommend it. I've been talking for ages, so I'm going to try and flick through these patterns as quickly as I can. So first up is Me 2032. This is a design by Lindsay at the Stitch Fits. You might have seen her on Instagram. And this is really gorgeous. It's got like the little cups poking through, loads of strap details. It's got a cutout back detail as well that you should be able to see there. I think this is really, really sexy for summer. Love it. Next up is a simplicity one. This is S9789. Now this is a two-piece, but I'm actually going to hack this to be a dress because I have seen a designer dress that is just like this view here, view B, but it's ruched all the way down and it is so gorgeous. And I thought that for like date night or girls night or something like that would be amazing. I'll pop in some pictures. I really love the one shoulder detail. I think ruching down the body is really nice as well if you want a little bit more coverage and don't want it to be too skin tight. Okay, next up we've got a Me G design. This is S9778, and I saw this on Me G's Instagram. She did it in like a bright animal print and I fell in love with it. That cutout detail is stunning. I love a cutout, and then the twist detail as well. I was sold. I was so excited for this to arrive. I really was. I love View B, the midi version, but I quite like it without sleeves, so I think I would probably do View B, but with the View A bodice. It obviously is going to be quite tight around here, but I've seen a couple of people hacking their dresses to have their lining as shapewear, and I tried it on a dress that I made a few weeks ago and it was amazing. Such a genius idea, because it just means that everything's kind of smoothed out and I felt so much more comfortable in something fitted. So I'm going to be giving that a go for sure. Can't choose which one. I'm going to save that one till last. So this here is McCall's M8382. It's another Brandi Joan design, and this is stunning. I'm so excited to make this one, but I'm also a little bit nervous because it's a very different shape for me. Obviously, it's very low cut. It's got the cutout details, and it's also got a low back as well, so there's no way you could wear a bra with this. So I'm going to alter mine, I think, to have a higher back so I can wear a bra with it. Otherwise, it's just not going to be good for anybody. Thanks to breastfeeding. But this is really beautiful. It's panelled, but it's fitted all the way down the body and kind of fishtails out at the bottom of the skirt. It's got these really cute kind of ruffles around the shoulder as well, and I love this keyhole detail at the front. I've seen a couple of ready-to-wear dresses that are very similar in shape to this as well, and one was worn by a girl who's got a very similar body shape to me, and it looked amazing on her, so that made me feel better about making this dress. Otherwise I probably would have avoided it, but it is so gorgeous. Last but certainly not least, because this is the one that I am most excited about, I am just waiting for the right fabric, but I think I've finally decided what I want to make this in. This is S9779. It's a Madeline design and it is absolutely gorgeous. It's a corseted dress, so it's got boning all the way through here, and then you've got the hook and eye detail at the front as well. I absolutely love View B with the long skirt, and I kind of love the high-low effect at the front. I've seen so many dresses kind of this style over the last few months, and I've been waiting for a pattern and it's finally here. But this is really, really pretty. Again, it's got a very, very low back, but I think because it is corseted, I might be able to build cups into the front of it. So I'm gonna see how I go. If not, I will be raising the back again to allow for a bra. I think I'm actually just gonna do a white version of this. I think it could be really, really pretty, and maybe add some embroidery to it, or do it in a really beautiful embroidered cotton lawn that I have in my stash. We shall see. But I love this one. If you get anything from this video, get this pattern here, because it is amazing. I can't wait to sew it. You'll probably see me sewing it very, very soon. Whew, I feel like I've been talking for a very, very long time, so thank you for sticking with me, and I hope you liked the pattern pics and got a little bit of summer inspiration from those as well. Like I said, if there's anything you want to know about my job or any questions that you want to ask, pop them in the comments below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I've got a few vlogs that I'd filmed over the last couple of months, a few old ones that I've been editing, so I'm probably going to be bombarding you over the next couple of weeks with those as well. Thank you so much for watching today, and I will see you in my next video. Take care. Bye.